Hi, I'm Phil Constantine, and this is Travels with Phil. Today we're going to Carl Sandburg's home in North Carolina called Connemara. He's a well-known writer and poet, and he was from Chicago and then moved to North Carolina. Here's one of his most famous poems, The Fog. The fog comes in on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Very evocative. All right, this is where it's located, over in the southwestern corner of North Carolina. In fact, just a rock's throw from South Carolina. This is where he lived from roughly 1945 to his death in 1967. A little creek runs through the middle of it. I love the trees out there, and it's had some beautiful flowers in various locations. It's a very interesting piece of property. I've heard it's either 240 or 260 acres, depending on who you listen to. And let me show you the view from his front yard.
We didn't want the sun coming in his window. Oh. So his second request was, he said, I don't really care.
The view from Carl Sandburg's house.
Down that, plus I want the barn I'm away from the house, I can't wait. So if you haven't been down to the barn yet, it's still probably another 3/4 block back there. And Mrs. Sandburg was very lucky when she found this farm. Every building you see was here. So they didn't have to build it. Barns. There's a little, like a warming shelter for the animals.
The house was taken over by the National Park Service after he died, and so it has been maintained pretty much the way it was before, but it's major renovations right now.
But she had a great story in the book. She said, when we moved in, we had so many books, Aunt Margaret and that was the oldest daughter, and because she was rather frail and couldn't go outside.
The front room and downstairs work area. And they are doing major renovations in the house, and so all the books have been loaded up. This is a piano that's being packaged up, and boy, I love this. A house with lots of bookshelves. I could really use it. And so he was well known for his poetry, but he also won a Pulitzer Prize for his book on Abraham Lincoln, his series of books on Abraham Lincoln, which was a massive work, and it was considered one of the best works that has ever been done on Abraham Lincoln himself. He actually fought during the Spanish-American Civil War as a young man. This is his writing room. Carl's office.
If you look at that picture, you'll see his office was not anything special. Orange Crazy's typewriter sat on.
Yeah.
Very small.
Not very big at all.
But it did the business.
It did the business.
And if you want to do the business and go through and look around, you do have to take one of the tours. They only let so many people go through at a time, so it's not overly crowded, and also so that the people there can keep an eye on you. This was Helga's room. Can't ask for more. Closet space and bookshelves. And this was Mrs. Sandburg's. Helga's. Oh, Helga. Helga's bedroom. Okay. Helga was the youngest daughter. He had 3 children, Margaret, Janet, and Helga. His wife was Lillian, but he called her Paula. Almost everybody called her Paula. And had just one of the bookshelves, I tell you. Now, this was her room. Her bedroom, and eventually he died here.
So it worked out well. But again, just an absolutely beautiful room to be in. I often think about it in the spring or the fall.
He eventually moved here just before he died, moved into her room, and she took care of him there. Now, this is a poem he wrote about her, The Great Hunt. I never knew any more beautiful than you. I have hunted you under my thoughts. I have broken down under the wind and into the roses looking for you. I shall never find any greater than you. Carl Sandburg for his wife, Paula. The rest of his house here, this again was her bedroom, which is where he died, on his sickbed in there. And it is a fairly large house, 2 stories. Now, not only did they have the farm here where he wrote, and actually he would go out back and write, and you'll see one of the chairs he'd put out there, but his wife raised, and I'm going to probably mispronounce this, but Shakeming goats. She raised goats, and she actually had very award-winning goats. That's what some of the ribbons you saw there in the house are for the goats that she raised, and they still raise them out here, and we're going to get to see those in a few moments here. But some of just the beautiful, beautiful plants that are out there. And here we go over to see some of the goats. I thought my granddaughter Jasmine would really appreciate this, and she did.
She might not.
What if she doesn't?
Well, eventually she'll get hungry.
She will.
Sooner or later.
She gotta smell Dixie, huh? Maybe Dixie could get you to do it, my puppy.
Eventually a kid will eat Brussels sprouts to get hungry enough. Hello. Or another kid. I know, you're a kid too, aren't you?
She's only been here since this morning, so this is her first day. She's
Oh, okay.
getting used to everything.
Yeah.
Orange taken out. Debudded.
You can come in the
Okay.
Here you go.
Was Judy involved in it?
Go. Go. Say hello. Say hello. Something got somebody's interest.
Yeah, some of the goats over in the next pen were just running around.
Say hello to Jasmine. Hello. All right, these are the goats at Connemara, the Sandburg home.
And when Jasmine saw this, she got a big aww. So this is the river that runs right by the house. So it's a beautiful spot. I recommend going through if you have a chance in Flat Rock, North Carolina. You can leave comments below as long as the language is family friendly, and you can click on the button on the right-hand side so you can subscribe and get all of my videos. Thank you very much for watching.